the unions kept demanding more and more, and eventually they basically shut down.
Oh yeah. Like, well, Hostess, they completely shut down. They said, we don't have that. So they shut down. And rather than getting more money, everyone that was in that union lost their job. Every single person. The same thing is going to happen with the majority of the teenagers. Anybody that's not at the top, if you're not, I don't know, the top 50%, maybe it's the top 10 or 20%. If you're not at the top of your game, if you don't provide me $20 in value, I will immediately replace you. I cannot pay $20 for somebody that only makes $15. You have not only got to make 20 bucks an hour for every hour you work for me, you've got to make me at least 25 or 30 because I'm covering your mistakes. I'm covering this huge payment, our mortgage on the office building, and I'm paying for the heat and I'm paying for the computer system. I'm paying for this and that. So if we cannot bring in maybe as much as 50 to 100% more for every hour you work for me, I can't have you working. It is cheaper for me to just let you go. And I cannot do this at a loss because if I lost $10,000 a year and I had $100,000 in the bank, 10 years from now, I would be absolutely broke if I didn't spend any money to live. So there is an absolute limit to how long this can go. That is why you're seeing so many people being replaced. And it wasn't that long ago they were demanding $15 an hour out in California. And look at how
Yep.
Starbucks started changing things because they were right there on the West Coast. They were totally in support of this. And what they do, they replaced a bunch of their staff. Look at Taco Bell. They aren't allowed to take your order at the Taco Bells around me, which I've only been there twice in the last 2 years. It's terrible. I can't believe I used to love, as fast food goes, that was my favorite fast food restaurant. Now, remember how dirty it was? The one
Yes.
lady said, "Oh yeah, I eat here." She came over, nice little lady, doesn't work there, just comes to eat. And she pulls out these handy wipes out of her purse and cleans our table for us. She's like, "Oh, it's always like this. They never wipe down the tables."
Yeah,
And
the
Wow.
service is getting worse.
it's terrible. And they don't take our order. I'm like, "Ma'am, I was going to say 20, apparently $50 here because I want to buy four of us a meal. Not only does it cost me as much or more to eat here as if I go to a good restaurant, you guys drag your feet. It's dirty. It takes longer to get my food than if we go to our favorite Mexican place where we always get incredible service. Food is so much, literally, if I'm in a hurry, I will eat there rather than go to Taco Bell because I get way better food and it's quicker. It's just crazy. And
But that's
then,
what happens when minimum wage goes up. The money's got to come from somewhere. So it's either going to come from higher consumer prices, reduced labor costs, which means like less hours, less benefits, fewer workers, or lower capital expenditures, none of which help that business.